9/11/2015 the reenactment year. It was a good year, Kazan. Hunter, it was a Kazakhstanic. Oh shit!
Cousin Stanek.
This one's a good one.
What's a cousin Stanek?
Me turning Hispanic. Hispana, oh na na. All of my niggas are Hispana, oh na na. They're stealing origin shoes and Nazi come out of school.
How about you choke on this banana?
Abala holy kab, Abba holy kaba. Praying an Arab to Abba holy kaba. We're on our knees saying Abba holy kaba. Why do they say it after 30 fucking minutes and then keep getting up and down fucking carpet? They're just saying the shit to make it fly. It's a sacred prayer. It brings sentience to red carpet. Cementians. Squirrel. Squirrelage! I think it had to be in an active mission for it to have unlimited tracking, like whatever was happening with other stuff. This one doesn't seem to work. I would like to know how far I am. We're going to find it out. And I am exactly too far to calculate. God damn it. Can't believe how much height this gives still. It's nowhere near that shit. It's so fucking chode compared to that glitch I had. That launch is literally unreplicable right there. Maybe it's not, but it feels like that because how did I fucking hit that? That's 1 in a fucking million right there. Flying that far. Oh yeah, we're flying to Niggaland! Let's go to Niggaland!
Where the hell are they playing as fucking Geno Smith at the Seattle Seahawks? Shouldn't it be Sam Darnold now?
It should be whatever this is.
It should be Sam Darnold. That's 2K28.
The sun is glitching out from my speed.
That's Madden 25.
I don't think I've seen the game's sun glitch out yet. That's new. I'm in uncharted territories. Uncharted territories? Now it's time to bring my bread. The bread burgers. And I'm going to ejaculate the great Muslim goat for its cheese milk.
This is where moments are made.
This is what they call semen now in the great olden days.
Fourth quarter, the Browns are down a touchdown.
Cheese milk.
Scored in his first ever action regular season football.
It really sounds like the most gentleman way of saying cum. Cheese milk. It's a handkerchief. I just forgot it was a thing.
They take everything. We got nothing to lose. Nasty work.
I have seen diabetes.
Bannon, Schlesinger, and John. Didn't they good points? Good points there.
Well, it's safe to say I'm definitely really far, but this is not satisfying enough. I want what I had before.
Who gets the win?
I'm home.
Renato Martin.
Your rep score is only 160? I mean, I don't blame you. This game runs really poor.
Is Renato Martin still here? here. You have won our 49ers for football. Not seeing Renata. Alright, let's spin it again.
I really wish I had something I could track.
49ers, Adam, good call. You said you thought George Kittle was going to pop off. George Kittle, 2 times.
Oh wait, hold on. I think I know what. I can't do that.
Brother,
I can join your match,
Beverly Dye.
and then it was showing me how far you
Yeah,
are.
you can get a hat and the football if you email.
go in the furthest part of the map.
I haven't gotten the email. Oh, wait, Renata was here. Renata's here. Where's Renata? Right
The
there.
furthest close part of the
Send me
map
an email.
to
Chase
it.
that chat sports
Send me an invite. Once I'm in the game, I gotta check.
Not in the middle, okay?
We'll send you that 49ers.
Are you able to go on the edge near me?
I don't know why. I could try and launch
See it. Will Lutz, Tyson.
Well, now that you know
Chiefs,
how
Broncos locked up in 1919. Or 10 to left for Patrick Mahomes last time. Shador. Gonna throw far side to Judy. Broke a couple tackles, gets the first down. 1:42 to go for Cleveland. Man, some great games here. Don't
Yeah.
worry, we'll recap Niners Cardinals coming up.
You don't have to.
Renato Martin. Looking out
We
for your
believe
email.
it
Chase that
happened
chat
really
sports
hard.
email. Just enter that in your email server. Send me an email for the 49ers football. Shador takes the snap. He's going to take off and run. Gets about 5.
Now I got a place to throw down there.
6,300 people watching on our ground stream. Shador spins out of a sack, looking
Did my
down for
throwdown
the
show up?
throws. Oh, we missed this guy.
No, it didn't.
How do you have multiple channels live at once?
What?
How do you have multiple channels live at once?
Multiple people are alive as a thing. I can see you on my map,
Yeah, but
on my screen,
how
but not on
do
my
you
map.
have, like, besides a friend with you, how do you have multiple channels of your own open?
What do you
Like,
mean
say,
by that?
Twitch and YouTube open at the same time. How do they do it?
PC. Simple as that. It's PC is how they do it. You can't do it
That's
on
how
phone.
they do 2 YouTube channels at the same time as well, PC.
Basically,
More
you just
advanced-
have,
more
yeah, you
advanced-
just have 2 tabs open. That's,
More advanced than a phone.
dude.
More
Are you ready?
advanced than a phone.
You can have 20 fucking YouTube channels open if you really fucking wanted, with dummy accounts. If you really wanted to do that, watch 20 different fucking videos at once, you can do that stupid shit. It's not impossible. It's just, why would you do it? I'm trying to figure out how to...
And they were all the same thing happening.
Sorta.
And then you edit what was there for each one, for each result, for each victory.
I'm a
quota.
semi-pro.
What if you edit each video on, like, what results happen inside of each video, you know, on each channel. You edit each one. Like, say you trim each one before you upload it.
I'm trying to figure out exactly how I could mark myself.
Say you have at most 1 winning and 1 fouling attempt.
My rift
each
score is 4,890.
each channel, and then you don't rest until you have each attempt of win and loss, and then you basically trim enough of them, and then
Oh,
you have
I'm definitely
unique
making
videos.
progress. Look at my character going
You
crazy.
can have unique videos from just one account of gaming.
I'm further. Look how small the circle's gotten. I'm further than I
You
was.
can have unique game uploads just
Holy
from one
shit.
account.
Here, I'm gonna launch.
Really, you can have multiple uploads of fights if you really want it.
Basically. I'm gonna go and launch to you if I can. That is insane. I didn't think I was actually gonna launch that far. I'm further than I got from that other state. No, I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, I want this specific location. I want to throw stuff over. That's fine. Jump. Forward. Oh, what the fuck? I have no idea what that means. So I have to stand up in midair, bring it up, and stuff. It falls momentum. It's weird. I like how I'm explaining the big shit. I don't want you to get kicked. I want to try and see if I could launch in the same manner and see if we can get to the same point. Yeah, you're still building. Dude, you're still launching. Look, you're further.
Haha, Seahawks lost.
You're even further somehow.
Seahawks lost. Seahawks lost.
I'm going to see if I can launch myself now.
I'm glad Seahawks lost.
There we go, back. Oh shit, that's a lot of speed. Hold on. This actually might be faster than I think. Whatever I just did, I'm going super fast, and that's fast as hell. This is good quality. Sweet about launching all the way to the fucking sun. definitely not nearly as fast as you are because I can see myself on this. That means that I'm going to about to start dropping in a few seconds, maybe in maybe a minute or two. But you're fucking climbing forever, dude. I got the forever launch this time. Let me look. I can't see myself. I can see myself trying to launch up at you.
Is this song called The Slumbering Giant?
Sleeping Giant is the song from Mastodon. It's from Blood Mountain. I know what song it is. I just have a shit whistle. But the pitches are impossible to try and even do it with a whistle, so why am I even... Yeah, the sun's not glitching out anymore, so that was a unique glitch I ended up encountering on that one attempt.
Why isn't the song here?
Sleeping Giant.
Yeah, I can't find it.
I don't know.
These niggas with the unfulfilled ambitions.
Did you look at Mastodon first? Or I don't know what you looked up.
I didn't put much.
Yeah, I'm not going nowhere nearly as fast as you are. Yeah, I'm already landing. I had a shit one. You have a goddamn launch right there. I don't know how to fucking do it again. You gotta try it out. If you go forward, that's not an issue. I don't like that one. Because then you smack the building, and it makes you have to be afraid that you... That's a good one. Now this one sucks. I can still see myself doing what I do not know what kind of glitch I did or what I just did to make a lot of that. Oh, you found the song, okay. I encountered that weird glitch again. I didn't encounter that again. Somehow that's more consistent with the actual glitch.
Alex.
Yeah.
Alex.
What?
Over here. Over here.
That guy lied. You don't even have to run at the fucking board. You just have to jump at it.
Over here.
You're still launching. I have an infinite launch, basically. I don't know how I did it. Yeah, you're even further.
Then
I can't even see you. Yeah, you're way further than I could ever dream. This is basically as far, if not further, than I got on the fucking on my Xbox and one skate park. This is way further. I just really wish I could see how far it is. You're laughing my ass off the whole time. It was just funny to watch astronomical numbers from a glitch just climb up fucking randomly. It's like, what the fuck did I do? And watch your character just Spanish vibrator glitch.
I guess it'll be funny here.
I really like how it's an infinite launch. You're never gonna come back down unless if I roll.
Back in 2011, when the Adventures of Tintin finally hit theaters, everyone was hyped. Spielberg and Jackson had this big plan. It almost tastes the adventures. And yet here we are, more than a decade later. The sequel still hasn't shown up, but why the hold up? This is exactly what we're here to discuss today. We'll cover everything from the original vision of the makers to the fan expectations of the movies. Let's get started. Before we get into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel.
I'm turning arrow. What is my guitar?
Yeah, but this is funny.
Trilogy plans and roles. Back in 2011, when the Adventures of Tintin finally came out after years of talk, Spielberg and Peter Jackson weren't thinking in terms of
It's
2011
14 years since it came out.
They were setting up a trilogy.
I've seen the movie, I don't care for it.
The deal we made with Jackson was that they'd trade off. Spielberg would launch the thing, and Jackson would step in for part 2, and maybe by the third, they'd even find a way to co-direct. That was the handshake agreement. Spielberg had been circling Tintin since the early 80s. After Raiders of the Lost Ark came out, European critics compared it to Denvergay's globe-trotting reporter, which set Spielberg off to track down the comics. He wanted to make a Tintin film even then, but the tech wasn't there. By the late 2000s, motion capture and Jackson's team at Weta had reached the point where Spielberg felt he could do it justice. That's why the 2011 movie looks the way it does, halfway between animation and live action. Now, in terms of material, the first film matched up 3 books. This included The Crab with the Golden Claws, Red Rackham's Treasure, and The Secret of the Unicorn. But for the sequel, they were talking about sticking closer to a 2-part story. The Seven Crystal Chronicles leading directly into Prisoners of the Sun. Those are classic Tintin adventures tied together, dealing with an ancient curse, mysterious comas, and a South American expedition. Jackson seemed really into that choice, and writer Anthony Horowitz was brought in to get a track going. There were also numbers of other arcs that were fine, like the Black Island, the Calculus Affair, and maybe even Duology. The second movie was supposed to be the Inca storyline, but switching a role was key. Spielberg had proven he could shepherd the project into existence, but he wasn't planning on sticking behind the camera for the long haul. That passing out the torch was meant to keep the series fresh, while still keeping both of their fingerprints on it. As for the timeline, they sounded pretty confident in the early interviews. The first movie hit in 2011, and Jackson was still buried in the Hobbit trilogy. But the pitch was, once been moved around, Tintin 2 would be next. They were even tossing around 2015 as a possible release window. It was optimistic, maybe too optimistic, but on paper it looked feasible. Of course, even back then, there were caveats. Spielberg openly admitted that while the dream was the trilogy, it all depended on how the first movie performed and how fast the scripts came together. And The Adventures of Tintin didn't do too badly. It won $370 million worldwide, but unfortunately, it couldn't make its mark in the US market. That didn't fill the sequel outright. I think the whole plan would be a little shakier. Still, in those early years, the vision was there. Spielberg kickstarted the franchise.
Over here.
Picked up the second entry, and together they built out a 3-film saga that would introduce Tintin to an entirely new
Are
generation.
you washing that blanket?
Yes. I put your pants in there with it too. I put some spray in to make it smell good too. Yeah, I put it in there, honey. What do you guys?
Around 2015 as a release window, that sounded reasonable. The script was being
Are you socks over there? You'll be finding out. So your bag socks inside. You'll be finding people.
I wear socks too long.
Oh yeah, it's good that you're ready to put rest.
I've worn
Is
socks
everything you a
most of
sandwich?
I'm good. I found an infinite launch glitch on his version skate, and now I'm just launching
So
forever.
did his fly at the same place or?
No, I went to Bonski and I placed the skateboard onto the wall. Here, point to my room. I'll show you how it glitches.
But his flights is out of space too.
Alright, it looks like there is a limit to this launch, because you are definitely falling because I was teleporting to you. But you're still way further than I ever got. Yeah, I'm looking right back up at where I last was. You're somehow falling faster than I am. Like, way faster. I can't even keep up. So that means it's part of the launch still. There's just that, just this ungathered, unobtainable speed.
And the fact that the sequel keeps slipping just stings. One Redditor even mentioned Andy Serkis saying Peter Jackson is still working on it, and that's enough for them to keep hope alive, even though we've been hearing it's happening for years now. Speaking of Serkis, he's basically the only one giving fans the breadcrumbs these days. Fans grab onto that like it's gospel. It's hilarious, honestly, the tiniest hint, and suddenly Reddit threads light up like someone just discovered treasure. Still, let's be real. A lot of the discussion is tinged with frustration. People talk about how they hope they're still alive when this comes out, and it's funny but also sad. 10 plus years is a long time to wait for a movie. You start wondering if it's ever gonna happen, and fans love blaming the Hobbit trilogy for holding things up. In Reddit, The Adventures of Tintin, someone wrote how Jackson was forced to direct the Hobbit trilogy, making him too busy for Tintin. It's been an emotional roller coaster for fans. They're filled with longing, frustration, uncertainty, and hope. That's too much commitment for a sequel. Honestly, it's kind of beautiful and tragic at the same time. The fans are frustrated, sure, but they still care. They've turned waiting into a community experience. They share jokes, timelines, and theories about why it's taking forever. They celebrate any shred of news, no matter how vague. Fans keep showing up. It's high time the makers show up too. Is there still hope? Last statements and where things stand now. After years of waiting, a lot of fans have settled into a weird rhythm with Tintin 2. Hope, disappointment, scroll Reddit, repeat. And yet somehow the story refuses to die. The latest scraps of news show the project isn't gone, even if it's moving at a glacial pace. In a 2024 interview at the Annecy Animation Festival, he casually mentioned that Peter Jackson is definitely working on it. Not exactly a production schedule, not even a hint at a release, but enough to make the internet explode for a week. Jackson himself hasn't made public appearances specifically about Tintin 2, but Serkis's updates suggest he's quietly tinkering with ideas, scripts versus direct words. It's hard to tell which stage it's in. Unlike the first movie, which barreled forward once the script was ready, the sequel is stuck in that early limbo where everyone wants to get it right before saying a word. With motion caption and animation technology, even a small rewrite can cascade into months or years of work. Jackson is known for obsessing over details, so it's entirely believable that progress is happening quietly, while the public sees nothing. Spielberg, for his part, is still supportive. He hasn't issued a new statement in the past couple of years, but historically, he's acted as the project's cheerleader, nudging Jackson and the studio along. His continued involvement, combined with Serkis hints, suggests that the film is alive. There's no sign that the studio has canceled it outright, which is important. Even in Hollywood, where projects die quietly all the time, Tintin 2 has survived the years of uncertainty. From a fan perspective, this is both exciting and infuriating. The enthusiasm from the cast keeps people invested, but the absence of concrete timelines makes every statement a roller coaster. The reality is, there's hope, but it's measured. Marvelous verdict. So what's the verdict? Tintin 2 is still alive, just painfully, frustratingly, and slowly. There's no script, no start date, maybe not even a solid plan. But the people who matter haven't abandoned it. The story continues in anticipation, in hope, and in that weird, obsessive fandom energy. Someday, maybe we'll see him back on screen, chasing mysteries, getting into trouble, and dragging Haddock along. Until then, we wait, and we talk, and we dream. If you like our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.
They're already winning!
It's spent forever. This is a beat up. It's gotta go up to 30,000.
We still got 2 minutes to score shit.
That's just the plaza overview of Master's Gate. That's why it's funny. Okay, I'm gonna miss this question. This is what a super dude looks like. Oh my god, look at what the skateboard textures have become. Maybe I was bringing in purple things and then whatever this is. So we are technically following some shape of one. Elijah's white there. Let me try and teleport. I teleported to you a bunch of times. And you're going so fast, I still can't even see you. I don't know where all this speed came from. I think this is as far as you could get in the game. But I'm not convinced that it is. You're definitely over 20 million miles away from the game at this point. Or meters. Hard to believe that this fucking pipe over here caused such a crazy glitch. And then hard to believe that this wall over here could cause something similar.
Get footage of it. Get footage of it. Record it.